coming for a church wrapped up in a cemetery scandal. NBC 15 News has continued to investigate.
Today we learned New Ship of Zion Church now owes back taxes and moving forward must pay property taxes on a funeral home it owns.
NBC 15's Andrea Ramey brought the tax dodge issue to the Revenue Commission weeks ago and has the update tonight. Andrea?
Well, Greg and Kim, churches typically don't pay property taxes because they receive a religious exemption. Now, after we told the Revenue Commissioner this church had a business running out of it, what investigated, agreed, and now says the church is on the hook for roughly $13,000.
It was just something that was overlooked.
A simple oversight. That's how New Ship of Zion Church pastor Jojo Bonner explains his church not paying taxes on this property it owns. A property records show Bonner said was used exclusively for church services. That document was signed in 2016. The following year, Bonner says, the church started renting the space out to Heritage Funeral Home.
They were not, shouldn't have been granted the religious exemption.
And therefore should have been paying property taxes like the rest of us, according to the Revenue Department.
We just weren't able to tell if there was, an intent behind it.
Oversight or not, the outcome is the same. The church has to fork out thousands in back taxes.
What is the amount that's going to be owed?
It's a little bit shy of $9,000. Plus, moving forward, it'll be another $4,400.
Bringing the total to $13,000 owed to the county. A chunk of change, Bonner says, will be passed on to the funeral home.
There's also a provision in the lease that Heritage is going to be the one that's going to have to be responsible for the tax.
Mobile County Sheriff's investigators raided Heritage Funeral Home last month in its ongoing investigation into an alleged illegal cemetery operation. A previous search at a property Bonner rents in Pritchard turned up what investigators say are used caskets.
Time will tell. It will show that there was no wrongdoing on my part.
Now, if this tax bill isn't paid in full by the end of the year, penalties start to kick in, and the property could be auctioned off next year. Kim?
Andrea, thank you. New information about the growing cemetery scandal we have been exclusively investigating. Today, Cedric McMillan was back in court to find out whether his probation will be revoked for a 2012 child sex conviction. The judge had to consider whether McMillan violated his sex offender probation rules by working at a funeral home that's across the street from a daycare. The state said the funeral home is too close to the daycare. Ultimately, the judge said the state has a week to give him the fine print of the sex offender law so he can make a decision.
NBC 15 News first broke this series of investigations into McMillan and his funeral home months ago. We continue to cover every angle. We encourage you to contact us with your tips on this unfolding story. For all of our previous coverage and current stories, head to our website, mynbc15.com.